Testing, 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 testing. How do you train a qualified modern trainer? Poorly designed or identified, which is unidentified training, will not fulfill the individual or organizational demands. Just the same, without assessment, the efficacy of training is unknown. The quality of training cannot be guaranteed, and standards cannot be maintained. As a result, the modern trainers must be well-rounded and comprehend the training process from beginning to end. In this video, we will share about Addie Instructional Design Framework. Whether it is a virtual or traditional classroom, off-the-shelf or custom-built, taught by an internal or external vendor, teaching management development skills or word processing skills, chances are the program was designed using a specific process or representative instructional design or ID model. Instructional design approaches exist to help trainers develop carefully designed training routines. They assist trainers to accomplish training objectives and help learners to learn and remember information better. So, trainers use instructional design models to establish the specific phases of their training program. The idea of instructional design dates back to the 1950s. The Addie model wasn't created until 1975. Addie was first designed for the U.S. Army by Florida State University's Center for Educational Technology and then adopted by all U.S. military services. As a concept based on the U.S. Air Force five-step approach ID paradigm, the Addie model kept the five-step structure with multiple sub-stages inside each phase. Due to the phases' hierarchical nature, the procedure had to be completely in order. The training cycle shows 5 phases through Addie. The training cycle starts well before the training program and ends after it. The Addie Instructional Design Model aids to organize content, streamline development, and ensure a structured framework for every training course. Throughout the years, practitioners have revised the initial hierarchical form, making it more engaging and lively. All modern trainers must be well-rounded and know the training procedure from start to end. The Addie model is another way that gives you a broad view of the training cycle. Let's go through the different stages. Analysis stage. In the first analysis phase, you have to assess your learners' existing knowledge gaps, previous training, what has worked and what hasn't. This is a crucial element in the training process. Begin also with questioning your training purpose. Besides the present environment, you must consider your program's objectives, expectations, and the media and the methods you utilized. Second, design stage. You know the first stage of Addie model training. Now it's time to put theory into practice, which is the design phase. The first in this design step is to choose a format. Is it going to be an interactive course, a quiz, or a video course? The Addie paradigm is wonderful for producing courses, but you must decide what sort of course to create. Next, plan your training delivery approach and strategy. How will you present your training? Will you inspire your trainees initially by briefing them? How long will it take them to finish your course? You need to know the answers to these questions before you create your prototype. The third is the development stage. To develop is to engage. It's time to put all the great ideas and imaginative concepts into action. Your design selections will now serve as a guidance for the development stage. Add graphics, colors, images, multimedia, and more. This development stage will need extensive testing. Create your course and begin testing it for grammatical, syntactic, and spelling issues, and also faults in modules, content, as well as other items. Last but not least, in the development stage, check your training material. Too long? Maybe too brief to present everything in a clear way. How about the session flow? Does it captivate your learners? Let's move to the implementation stage. It's time to share your course with the world after all your hard work. Implementation is usually a crucial phase in the training process. Notice how the Addie training phases are linked. The analysis stage defines your path. In the design phase, you plan your whole lesson or session. During development stage, you test and implement your course. And now, in the implementation stage, actual learners will use your course. And finally, the evaluation stage. It is finally here. Now is the time to answer the last Addie training phase questions. Don't think for a second about grading learners. You, the trainer, is being evaluated. This is Addie's power, which means you may enhance your performance and become a better instructional designer and trainer. And if anything is wrong, you can just edit it from this stage. Ask your own learners how well your course performed. Add a post-training assessment survey to inquire about their experience. What did they learn? Do they have any ideas? Identify any holes you have and fill them immediately, either in this course or future ones. In summary, the RD training approach is one of the best and safest options for creating educational and engaging courses. The framework is so precise that any trainer knows what to do before moving on to the next. That means it works well in any educational and training setting. Trainers may use goals and outcomes to determine what needs further work. The ID model brings design back to the fundamental creative process to engage more of your learners.